Well, it was our third and final day at Seahawks minicamp, and along with meeting the guy we talked about yesterday, Brian Banks, which was absolutely thrilling, we got an extra added bonus that we really weren't expecting. We got a chance to visit with Antonio Flynn.
As Marshawn Lynch likes to call Matt Flynn.
Matt Flynn, Seahawks quarterback, dropped by, shared some of his confidence with us, which I think we got. But, we had a lot of interesting things pop up in the conversation. And one of which is what we're talking about here is one that makes me wonder again about the whole three-quarterback thing. And this was in talking to Matt Flynn about, what has been, in terms of, I think you asked him the question about picking up terminology and stuff like that. And is it similar? He says, nah, it's pretty similar. It's a lot like what the Green Bay system was. He says, for me, it's as much as forgetting the stuff that I already knew. That's the thing that I'm running through is just, we did it a certain way in Green Bay. We may have been a different line call or something like that that's said differently here. And it's just trying to remember not to do it that way here. And that just got me thinking, I should have asked when we were talking to him, and you get 1/3 of the snaps to figure that whole thing out with.
Right.
But which is what it is. But if that's his biggest problem, I think he's going to be just fine.
Well, that's the beauty of a three-way competition, is those snaps are divided by three, and unfortunately it may hinder or retard the progress or the process of learning here for somebody who may not be Tavares Jackson. Unless it's Tavares, he'll be up to speed. He had that terminology and everything last year. But Matt Flynn did say it's the same. It's West Coast offense, same thing as in Green Bay, but the terminology is different. And he's, reverting back to form when he sees certain alignments or sees a defensive set. He's going to revert back to what they did in Green Bay. And I think that's old habits die hard. That's what he's been exposed to. That's all he's known at the professional level. So it's going to take a while, but he's also a guy who, as you said, comes out. You get the confidence right away. Even before we spoke to him on the air, when he was just sitting there, he's just a guy who has a presence. Now, I don't know if that's the.
So did Charlie Whitehurst. So I know that's what you were about to get to. You're like,
right.
That may not mean.
Not really. Charlie was more nice guy. He was more. Not that Matt's not a nice guy, but Charlie's more. Hey, how are you?
Saying you thought Matt had more of the.
He just had a presence
confidence
to him. He just had a presence to him, and John Schneider likes to call it tilting the room, and he kind of had that a little bit to him. So you like that, and there's no. He certainly had no lack of confidence in the fact he'll be able to pick this offense up. That it won't be an issue, and he just if you had any questions about him on the just the mental side, if you thought well, I don't know how he's going to adapt. Those were answered.
Absolutely.
Those were answered. Now it's just, is he going to be able to be the guy? Does he suit this offense best? Does he have the arm strength? Is he going to be able to make all the throws he needs to make? We'll find out as the training camp gets underway in July, but there's no reason to feel anything but good about Matt Flynn as far as I can see so far.
Yeah, he's had the camp that you want him to have, and one of the last things we brought up with him too is Matt Flynn has not played a lot of quarterback. I mean, he's been a big-time quarterback since he went to LSU. He played 1 year there, and 2 games in the NFL up until this point, very memorable ones, especially the last one. So it's funny, we were all kind of wondering at the beginning of how he felt about taking this job and getting the money that he got, and then being told it was a competition. I think for him, those were like magic words. I mean, he's never really had a chance to compete for anything.
Right. So he's got an opportunity. He knows that. He's got the money, which is always nice, regardless of where he ends up on the depth chart. But I think, again, just in talking to Danny O'Neill and everybody here, I think the expectation is he will be your starter, and that's what we've kind of been saying since the beginning. But ultimately, we'll see how long this three-headed monster plays out, and they make a decision.
4 weeks before training camp begins.